Hi guys, just wanted to get with you today. Want to just keep this going. So I have a question, and this is actually a question that I posed to myself a while back. Am I living my best life now? Another way you can ask it is, am I happy? So what I want to encourage you to do today is just do like a little exercise. Just kind of set some time aside, sometime in the day, maybe in the evening, and just, take out maybe one or two sheets of paper, something to write with, and that you put that question, am I living my best life now? If the answer is no, if the answer is yes, you're done with the exercise. But if the answer is no, then the second question I want you to ask yourself is why? And I want you to write down the reasons why. And it could be a lot of different reasons for a lot of different people. You might say, you know what? My finances, they're not where I want them to be. My relationships are not, I'm just not happy with them. Maybe your physical appearance, maybe your weight, something that you don't like about yourself, that you're not happy about, that you don't feel that you're giving it your best, right? So I want you to, whatever those reasons are, I want you to write them down. And then the third thing I want you to do is in those 1, 2, 3 areas, however, let's just say there's 3 areas. And then I want you to draw or write out a list of steps that are going to take you there. I'll give you an example with finances. So soon after my husband passed away, it's going to be 12 years now, but this was at the very beginning. My husband took care of everything. I had nothing to worry about. He was, he just did. He was just such an awesome provider and stuff. And so when he passed away, I really did not know how to exercise any skills when it came to finances. And so what happened was that I was bouncing checks. I was struggling just to keep the electricity on. I remember one time I was in the aisle of the grocery store and I was counting my change because I had to make a decision on getting hot dogs, something easy, something I really like, or rice and beans, which I knew would last longer, they would stretch longer until payday. And so I remember another time that I knew they were going to cut off the electricity. And it was just me and my son. And I didn't want to, I always made sure that my son was good, was okay, didn't have to worry about anything. But I knew it was coming one morning. And so what I did was I got up early, real early, and I got in the shower, got dressed, did my hair, did my makeup while the light was still on, because that's what I'm thinking in my mind. And I knew that the office, and I don't remember how I knew this, but I just did. The electric company, if there was going to be any cutoff, it was going to be at 7:30 and on. So I remember that morning, I got my son up early. Let's go, let's get going. Let's take a get him in the shower, so forth. And so right when we were leaving out the door, it must have been like 7:35. I was going to drop him off at school, and then of course I was going to head to work. You just hear the electricity just shut down in the house, right? And because the air conditioner is on and so forth, so you can tell, when it's off, like it's been out, like when it goes out. And I remember my son looking up to me, and he's like, "What happened?" And I knew what happened, right? I hadn't paid the bill, but I just said, I'm sure it's the electric company. They're doing something. Yeah, they were doing something. They were cutting off my services because I hadn't paid. So I kind of rushed him out, got him in the car. And so that day I had to figure out, before that boy got out of school, to have the lights back on, right? And so in my frustration, in my tantrums, I said to the Lord, I don't understand. I give my tithes. I'm faithful in that area. I'm this, I'm that. And, I was giving him, basically my credentials, why, life should be going in a different direction financially, why I should not have to be dealing with that. And I remember the Lord impressing on me to print out my bank statement, right? And I had never done that. And not just to print it out for that month, but to go back 3 months. So I did. And then it was like, okay, highlight all your foods and entertainment. So I got a highlighter and I was like highlighting. I think there was more highlight on that page than there was not, right? And then I added all the highlights, and it was over $300 just on fast food, just on drive-thrus. Very little, very skimmed went to the necessities. And that was God showing me something, that even as Christians, we have to deal with the consequences of bad decisions that we make. Just because, we give our tithes, just because we do, X, Y, and Z correctly, there's still consequences for our bad decisions. And so after that, and my reasonings, I don't know. I mean, everybody has their reasons why they spend money the way they do. But for me, it was like, oh my God, he just lost his dad. And this is all, his little joy, going through McDonald's, getting him some nuggets. And, and I justified it that way. But there had to be some kind of discipline in that. And so in order to reach a financial goal that I had, and at that time, it was just to get the bills paid, right? And so I say that to say this: when you're making your list and you're looking at these areas that you're not living your best life or you're not happy, make sure that as you're listing it, that you're also allowing yourself to see what you can do different. And you're going to probably come to find out, as I did, that a lot of it I had control over in these areas. And so I really want to encourage you to, I talked yesterday on the other video about, the halfway mark. This is the month, the 6th month of the year. And, kind of reset your goals, kind of go forward and, do all that. But in doing that, it's important for us to look and really ask that question: am I living my best life? And if I'm not living my best life, why not? And what would that look like? And even though I can say I haven't reached 100% those areas, the fact that every day I'm working towards it gives me hope, keeps me going, because I'm one day closer every day to these areas in my life that I want to be successful in. And so that's all I have for you guys. If you like the content that you're getting through my channel, please subscribe and click that button where the alert, you get notified. And so always remember, I always want to make sure that you know this: do something good for you. Okay, so we'll talk later. Bye.